Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and welcome back to another exclusive Overwatch 2 gameplay video. Now, this is going to be the final video out of the trio of videos that I provide this weekend, where we look at DPS specifically for one video, where we looked at tank heroes and looked at all the changes for them, and now we're going to be looking at support heroes and how they're going to be changing when Overwatch 2 arrives, or at the very least on this build of Overwatch 2. Now, for support heroes and overall just all the heroes in Overwatch 2, what Blizzard is trying to provide is solo carry opportunities, where you can pick any kind of hero that you're really good with, and you have an opportunity to carry with that hero because you're really good with that hero. And in the case of support heroes, support is kind of interesting because, well, you can't really solo carry as a support hero because that's not really your job. Or at least in the case of main healers like Mercy and Ana and Moira, your job is to heal up the team, and it's still gonna be like that. But it seems like the biggest goal that Blizzard is trying to achieve for support heroes is trying to reduce the impact of heals that each support hero gives to their team. And there's two things that help support that claim coming from the patch notes provided me by Blizzard. The first thing is how much heals are received from a teammate whenever they take damage in a certain amount of time. That has been reduced on this current build of Overwatch 2. And along with that universal hero nerf, a lot of the healers that you see in this gameplay have some nerf done to them when it comes to the heals. For Ana, it's the heals given by the biotic grenade. For Mercy, it's how much the staff gives. For Brigitte, it's her inspire. While they're not completely removed or drastically nerfed, it still supports the idea that support heroes aren't really going to be giving as much heals as they do in Overwatch 1. So the initial reaction that a lot of support mains have is like, oh no, I'm going to be useless as a support hero. And no, that's not the case. It really is a universal nerf where, yeah, you might be a little less impactful, but that doesn't mean you're not impactful. The team is still going to need a healer to heal them up, but what this universal heal nerf is going to allow all the support heroes to do is be a little less of a babysitter. It's going to allow them to be a little bit more of a DPS hero. Like if you look at secondary healers like Lucio or Zenyatta or Brigitte, yeah, your heals are a little less impactful, so you have to think of the trade-off. Are you going to give less impactful heals, or are you going to be more DPS heavy where you have more opportunity to be a DPS support player? And if you're a main healer, well, yeah, your main job is still to provide heals. What this universal heal nerf means for you is that you're going to be less of a high priority target from the enemy team's perspective. Because me as a Soldier 76 player, if I'm really good and if I'm able to click heads on an enemy squishy and I see you pocketing them as Mercy, well, I'm not going to go and target you necessarily because all I really have to do is use my skill to secure that kill on the squishy. I just have to get a lot of headshots to negate your heals, which is still important and impactful, but not as much as it is in Overwatch 1, which means you're going to be able to live a little bit longer in team fights, which is good. That's the way that you really should look at this universal heal nerf. Not as a thing where you're going to be useless in Overwatch 2, but where you're going to be less of a desirable target in Overwatch 2. And once again, this is coming from the perspective of a DPS player where I'm looking at it very positively because now I can secure kills, but I also do play support on occasion, and I like that. I do like the fact that everybody is able to just shoot the enemy and not have to worry about this sustaining factor like how GOATS was back in 2018. That was the whole reason why GOATS was annoying, was that everyone would just pour all their ultimates, but would also just pour all their heal abilities into one big team fight, and it would just be so drowned out because the sustainability was way too powerful. While it feels good as a support hero to feel like you're being impactful in a team fight by providing that heals, it's also not fun for the rest of the team because, well, nobody's securing kills. Whereas in Overwatch 2, I feel like it's a little bit more fair for everybody. Yeah, the trade-off is that you don't give as much heals, but you're also less targeted by the enemy team. Plus, also look at the other benefit that every single support hero has, where after a certain amount of time, you're now able to have a self-health regeneration passive ability, similar like how Mercy's passive ability is, where after 2 seconds or whatever, she's able to self-heal without having to have another healer help her out. Once again, providing another solo opportunity where you don't need your other healer. Whether it's a main healer or a secondary healer, you have your own form of self-healing. And I know that's a little bit weird for Mercy players because, well, her passive ability is already in the game in Overwatch 1. Why does her passive ability get distributed for all the other support heroes? But you just have to look at it from the solo carry opportunity direction that they're taking Overwatch 2 in, where they want to make make every single player and hero feel like they can do their own job by themselves without necessarily needing their team. But again, it's only my initial thought, but it's also probably your initial reaction that I do want to hear in the comments section below. Do you like the fact that Blizzard is reducing the impact of heals, but providing more DPS opportunities for especially secondary healers, but also occasionally main healers like Ana, where a lot of the time you feel bad for sniping the enemy team, even though the opportunity is there? Well, now that her biotic grenade is less impactful in terms of heals, and just for her as a healer in general is less impactful, now you're going to be able to snipe the enemy team a little bit more to secure a little bit more kills for your team. Do you like that as an Ana player? And do you like that just as a support player, being able to shoot the enemy and secure kills? Because in my personal opinion, I like that. There's a lot of times where I'm playing Ana or I'm playing Mercy, and I'm especially playing Moira, where I just want to do damage. I just want to go and kill the enemy team. And maybe that's just the DPS mindset that's just so stuck in my brain that it transfers over into other roles in Overwatch, where I should be doing something else, like healing the team or protecting the team as a main tank. But if Overwatch caters to that kind of killing playstyle, then I'm all for it, because who doesn't like securing kills? I know a lot of Mercy mains that pop your ultimate where you just go and hunt down a Widowmaker, or hunt down a Lucy, or just hunt someone down in the backfield because, well, you're able to and no one's gonna stop you. It's fun. So now you can feel a little less bad about doing that. And this also could reduce the amount of crying babies that are begging for a pocket, i.e. me, because, especially when I play Pharah, I'm definitely begging for a pocket because I'm just not good at Pharah. Please pocket me, Percy. I'm not good. I know that creates a lot of toxic DPS players because, if you just pocket me, I promise we'll pop off. Well, if they pocket you and you're still dying because the heals are less impactful, I think over time, like in a couple of years, people will be less keen on begging for a pocket because, well, what's the point? I'm still gonna die against a good DPS player on the enemy team. Your heals aren't gonna be as necessary as it once was in Overwatch 1. I mean, it still will be necessary. Who doesn't want a pocket? But it won't be so much of a, hey, we will win, I promise you, if you just pocket my Genji or Pharah or Soldier or Ashe. Because if you take damage while getting pocketed with a blue beam and then they automatically switch to heals, well, that heals would take a little bit of time to be able to generate even more heals because of the damage that you took in a certain amount of time. It won't give as much heals in that time period until a little bit afterwards. So you're probably still gonna die, which means you're not gonna be begging for a pocket, which means the support players can do their own thing and play their own play style without having to hear the crying babies in the background. Pocket me, mommy, pocket me, mommy, pocket me, mommy. Yeah, you won't have to hear that from me anymore. But again, that's just my initial reaction for support heroes. And my initial reaction is a little less confident than DPS heroes, but a whole lot more confident of all the changes working out than compared to tank heroes. Where tanks, I feel like a lot of the off tanks are getting a little bit boned, where DPS heroes are either going to be left alone because they're already good, or heavily reworked where they're going to be really exciting to play and they're going to have a purpose in Overwatch 2. Support heroes, I feel like they're just gonna have to get used to the idea that their heals aren't as impactful, but they're still necessary, and that's okay. I think that's fair for everybody because that means there's more kill opportunities, which is kind of the whole goal of Overwatch 2. Less sustainability, more kills, which equals more fun, at least in my personal opinion. But let me know what you guys think about the support heroes in Overwatch 2, and I will see you guys later. I love you guys, and bye.